Hi, let's talk about employment opportunities when you have a criminal record. My name is Carl Birkhead. I'm an attorney with Worth Law Office in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been practicing family and criminal law for over 7.5 years, and I want to help you make law easy by talking to you just a little bit about how having a criminal record can affect your employability and what we can do to try to help with that. So obviously, it's never fun whenever you're filling out a job application when you get to the part where it talks about if you have any misdemeanor or felony convictions on your record. No one likes answering yes to that, but there's hope. So first of all, if you are in the middle of the criminal proceedings, like you had charges filed against you, those charges haven't been disposed of, you still have options to try to negotiate, we can talk about like trying to get you some kind of a deferred sentence to keep you from having a conviction on your record. What that would mean is that even though you would be on probation for a little bit, you would not have been found guilty of the misdemeanor or the felony which you're charged with. So that means is on a job application, even though you would have pled, you can still honestly say, I have not been convicted of any crime like this. But let's say that you already have a conviction on your record. Let's say maybe it's a felony or misdemeanor, something like that. There are still options for us. Um, Depending on the type of crime that you've got on your record, the type of charge that you had pled out to, it still might not affect you based upon what you're doing. What I mean by that is, I mean, let's say you're wanting to go work for a bank. Well, you probably don't need to have crimes of moral turpitude on your record like robbery or theft or embezzlement or fraud. Those are obviously red flags. But I mean, there are others that wouldn't necessarily affect your employability because they don't actually have anything to do with what you're doing. It really is kind of a case by case situation. But there's hope even there. So there's what's called a Section 1819 expungement. And what this means is that there's a provision in the statutes for after you have already completed your probationary period or completed your time in jail, depending on the type of crime that it is, you can still get it expunged off of your record, even if it was a conviction absent certain circumstances. There are certain crimes that you cannot get wiped off, and the crimes that those are there for a reason. I mean, generally speaking, any kind of like murder, horribly violent crimes, sex crimes, things like that, you can't get those expunged. But other than just the absolute list of the crimes that don't qualify, you can still maybe look at getting it wiped off of your record after enough time has passed. The downside is enough time has to have passed. It's not just an automatic once you're done you can file it. Usually it's at least a year after that, and then you can get it wiped off of your record that way. The great thing about this is that as opposed to an expungement from a deferred sentence, this completely wipes it off even off of your OSBI background check. So instead of just having it taken off of OSCN, it would even take off OSBI, which if you had completed a deferred sentence, it would show that you were arrested, you were charged with the crime, you pled not guilty, and that the crime was ultimately dismissed. A Section 1819 expungement will take care of even that, which is really great if you're trying to get into certain employment situations where you have to have like high level security clearance and things like that. It's absolutely something that's worth looking into. And if you have questions about this, I'm more than happy to help you out. My name is Carl Birkhead. I'm an attorney with Worth Law Office, and I want to help you make law easy.